Okay, yeah, here we go. So this is my any percent PB I got offline earlier. So I'm not going to spoil anything about the run right now, but I'll go ahead and say that I think it was a pretty good run overall. I didn't really have any extremely large mistakes. But I think I just ended up playing mainly just consistent with what I normally do. Because normally normally I get really good splits if I'm playing well, but I'm just not consistent, so every once in a while I'll just choke something extremely hard, like I'll mess up Lost and I'll lose like a full minute, or I'll mess up a just like a trick or something, and I'll end up dying and losing tons of time. So my cap movement was really, really bad. Like I ended up bonking there, and with my frog vectoring I had to do like 2 extra jumps going up through cap. The fight was good though. And I think just because the fight was really good is the only reason I decided to continue, instead of just resetting right there. Okay, nice movement to the chomp. And I waited long enough there that I would get the dive without throwing my cap. A lot of times I try to do the dive early and the ZL input doesn't happen in time, so it just gets the Y input and I end up throwing my cap. But that did not happen, so that's good. Pretty good movement to the Odyssey. I'd say that anytime under a minute on the split time, getting to the Odyssey is decent enough. I got really good jump there. I didn't even have to throw my cap to make it far enough to the fight. And this is one of the first runs that I tried doing the instant release. I didn't get the instant release, but still, it's fast enough. I don't think I get the instant release on this one either. I think the problem is I get too scared and I just shake the controller, and if you do that, it stretches out too far. But still, good fight nonetheless. I think at this point in the split I knew that I'd save a decent bit of time just by looking at what my split time was when I grabbed the multi-moon. And the movement to this final moon is really easy, so I was anticipating a nice little time save. Kind of awkward movement back to the globe, just because I didn't want to bonk on the cap that's buried in the dirt. But yeah, I end up getting a pretty good split here. I think I saved like 6 or 7 seconds here. Okay, yeah, about 7 seconds. A little over that, but yeah. And then on sand, I have huge amounts of time save here. So my PB, I'm not sure exactly what went wrong in my PB to get a time that was that bad. But I know for sure I didn't do the movement at the bullet bill with the box star, or moon. It's where you break the box and then it spawns the moon, and then you have to like manipulate the bullet bill to follow you. I'll speak more on that when it gets there, but I know I didn't do that in my PB. Did the wall jump just for safety, then I bonked there. Not too big of a deal. Nice pipe entry. And then really good spin pound there. One of the few like super advanced strats that I actually go for, because it's one of the easier ones. Just learning how to buffer a spin out of a dive is really, really good. I tried to do a roll cancel up that hill, that way I wouldn't have to wait to do my ground pound, but I kind of messed up. So I nearly missed that moon, but I did another good spin pound there. I almost missed that moon, but I did a throw, and I like bent over to get that moon that was on top of the arch. Okay, really good movement there. I got the wall jump on the ice pillar without having to like back up and set it up. I was talking about this earlier. You get the bullet bill to like follow you by manipulating him to curve around. That way you can just immediately grab him. In my PB, I wasn't able to do that. I didn't know how to do it, so yeah, that saves a good bit of time. I don't know what happened there. I guess I was still holding ZL when I tried to jump. I did a backflip. Very minor mistake. And then here I get the clip pretty quickly. Second try, I think. Yeah, really nice. But unfortunately, I clip right back in. So I have to go back to the Sphinx, and I'm like feeling pretty good about it, so I'm like, hey, let's just do the Sphinx clip again. It'll be faster than talking, and I get it first try. So I lose time there just because I clipped back in, getting the quicksand moon. But that's basically the best backup you can possibly have. So I felt pretty good about that. Knew that I would still be able to save time here if I just do the rest of this split pretty well. And then face the camera that way you can immediately do a dive out of this moon and have time to come grab this bullet bill. And then right here, I kind of get confused because it locks on to the wrong thing. And the previous run that I had done, got to Snow Kingdom, and I didn't have enough coins because I didn't get that chest. If I would have gotten the chest, I would have been able to have enough coins, so I made sure I got it. Don't move the cactus far enough away so I end up hitting you and taking damage. I lost about 4 or 5 seconds. And then I try my hardest to get the bird while it's still over there, but all for naught. So still overall, not a good sand by any means, but it's saving time, and that's all I really care to do. As long as I save time on this split, we've got plenty of time save later in the run, so I didn't really care that I messed up all those times. So I saved about 10 seconds. Now heading over to Lake. Lake, there's no way to really lose a lot of time, and with my current gold, I can't save that much time, so a pretty stable split, regardless of what I do, really. At most, I'm going to lose a few seconds, and then at most, I'll gain a few seconds. That really scared me right there, that homing throw. I thought I wouldn't lock onto the zipper, but it did, so that's pretty good. So normally I would just spin right there, like shake the controller and get the moon, but instead I decided to just go inside of the hole and get it, just to test if it's faster. I don't know if it is. It looked about the same speed since you were able to turn around quicker. And then I was really safe right there getting the spin on the pillar, because there's so many times that I just miss it for trying to go too fast. And then right here I try to do something where you get the really high jump with the cheap, but it messed up. Or I messed up, should I say. To get the higher jump out of the water with the cheap, basically you just surface and then you start holding B rather than holding B the whole time. Because if you're holding B the whole time, you'll jump out of the water and all. But if you hold B, stop holding B when you surface, and then hold it again after surfacing, the cheap will jump higher out of the water. And that'll make it where you don't have to do the wall jump off of that side. Good fight right there. That fight is both the easiest fight and the hardest fight in the game. Once you understand how to do it, it's pretty easy to just kill him pretty quickly, but if you miss time your backflip, or you stand too close to him before doing your backflip, then you'll get hit and just lose tons of time. So decent lake, like I said, And I'm either saving a few seconds or losing a few seconds, and I end up saving like 2, so nothing special with Lake. Now we have Wooded. Wooded Kingdom, I have probably, this is probably my worst gold, I would say, in the whole run, in comparison to the rest of them. I think I can save like 40 something seconds off of this gold if I do really, really well, but I haven't practiced stuff enough to be able to get that, so I don't really expect that much time save. But just from my PB split to my gold is, what's that, like 25 seconds? So okay, good movement for the first 3 moons. I got the rabbit first try. I didn't miss him and have to like throw my cap or anything, so that was pretty good. I rolled too far there, so I couldn't do the triple jump off the mound, but no big deal. My movement was really good up until that bonk as well. I got the roll cancel turn, and then I bonk again. Still, at this point in Wooded, I'm like, no big deal, very minor. And then I just get really frustrated right there and throw my cap 20 times in the wrong direction. So yeah, at this point in Wooded, I'm starting to get a little frustrated. And that missed ground pound made me even more frustrated, so right here I'm tilting out of my mind. Have no idea what to do. Heading into the sewers, knowing that there's no way I'll get the fast movement in the sewers. And at this point, I'm like, yeah, I can't get the fast movement in the sewers, but we'll just try to get down there fast anyway. And right there, I try to use my damage boost, but my invincibility runs out, so that's a pretty standard sewers for me. Taking damage multiple times and then just barely getting out alive. Decent climb. I'd say if I would have done this part first and gotten the checkpoint and then did the teleport strats, I would have probably been about even with my climb. Good movement around the corner to the nut. And then good enough movement back to the moon. So at this point, after getting that moon, I've calmed down a little bit. I've realized I've got so much time to save off the gold. I could probably still gold if I do well enough. So I've calmed down. And then right here, I do a different setup for the triple jump right here that I really, really like. That setup is a million times easier than the roll cancel one, and I'd say it's less than a second slower than the other one, and it still saves time over just using the flower bridge. So yeah, nice movement into the tower. And then this last little bit of movement is the only thing I was really worried about. I took it safe and just did the extension from the very top. And then easy movement up to the top. And then at this time I was looking at my split time, and I realized that I'm going to gold this split pretty easily, as long as I just don't choke the fight. Almost choked the fight, but we got it. So yeah, at this point I'm looking at my split time and I'm like, there's no way that this cutscene and the Odyssey cutscene takes a full minute. So I was expecting to PB, or not PB, but gold this split by a decent amount. So yeah, I get a gold on this split. I think it's like a 5-second gold, which means I save around 30 seconds in wooded, which is like really good for me. Normally I choke wooded super hard and I just like die twice. So a 5-second gold is really good for me. I can still gold that split by even more, like another 30 seconds or something probably. 30 seconds would be a lot, like, it would be asking for a lot, I mean, like, really good movement, and really fast sewers and all that stuff, but it's possible. Cloud, there's no way to really save much time, but there's lots of ways to lose a lot of time, just because the strats that I use are the really fast Bowser strats. I get the first hit. I get it really well. And then I don't get to the right spot in time, so I end up getting hit on the second one. So I decide to just take it a little bit slow. Accept my time loss. And then right here I'm like, yeah, I don't want to lose too much more time, so I go for the fast third hit as well. And we get it. So, decent Cloud. One messed up hit, so that'll lose a little bit of time, but not a huge amount. So yeah, just about 7 seconds of time loss. And then we head into Lost Kingdom. Lost Kingdom I can lose a little bit of time and still be okay. That bonk kind of tilts me. I set this up as precise as I can, but I end up bonking and dying. And at this point, I'm okay with it, honestly, because I'm like, in my PB, I died here as well, so it's not that big of a deal. I can still just get a really good lost and maybe be about even with my PBs lost. So that's what I go for. I get the nice spin pound there. And then I go for the fast movement to the butterfly. So I get it as well. And then right here I do something completely different than everyone else, but I really like it. You do the spin pound there by doing a long jump from the other propeller, then a double jump, and then dive spin pound. Right there was really scary because the cap disappeared, or it returned to me while I was trying to do the cap vault by walking into it. But I kind of save it, so pretty good lost overall, other than the bonk and the death at the very beginning. Right there, I don't know why I got hit or how I got hit. I guess I wasn't standing at the right spot. But I was looking at my split time, and I'm like, I can probably still be okay. I just need to get to the Odyssey within the next, like, 15 seconds or so. And then I avoid having to use the Death Warp, which saves a few seconds. And then, I make it back, and I don't lose much time. I'm losing lots of time off of my gold, but that's obvious since I died. But compared to my PB, I only end up losing a few seconds here. Yeah, like 4.5 seconds off of my PB. So after that, I feel a lot better. I'm like, it's okay, no big deal. Time for Metro. And then at this point, I was thinking to myself, I've done so many runs that have gotten up to Metro, and then they all die in Metro. So I'm like, I'm not going for the triple jump off the railing right there. I just take this movement over here to the spark pylon. I'm fine losing like a second or something over optimal movement. And here I just start choking away precious time. I make it up at least. And then right there, I don't end up triple jumping. I don't know why. So I'm like, we're just gonna abandon any chance of getting to the girder quickly. Just wanted to be safe. And then we bonk there. So entering here, I'm like, great. I've already lost so much time, and I haven't even really done much on this split. But we make the elevator cycle, the earliest one. So that I felt pretty good about. And then right there, I have no idea what happened, like, at all. Like, I feel like I might have just thrown my cap too early. So entering the Wiggler fight, I'm not feeling too hot. I've already lost a lot of time on just movement in Dark Metro. But I'm confident that if I just get the 2-cycle Wiggler, I can do Day Metro pretty quickly and not lose too much time on this spot. So I make sure not to shoot the furthest fireball, because if you do, the Wiggler will disappear or will stop moving much earlier, and so you don't have enough time to shoot all of the segments. But I end up getting the two cycle wiggler. And grabbing the multi-moon sub 4, I'm feeling much better after that. At this point I'm thinking I could maybe save time / gold, since those are the same thing, if I just use the fastest strats that I know. So that's what I go for here. So throw my cap here, that way I can do the capture teleport after getting this moon. And then I'm like, let's go for scoot clip, why not? But we don't get it. And at that point I'm like, we're not about to waste time trying to do a backup of scoot clip, so we just go for RC car. And I have no idea how that didn't go in, like at all. It made no sense to me. It's like it bonked exactly where it would normally go in and just kept moving. So, lost a few seconds there. Land directly on the bench. So, very nice movement there. Use the little pole for momentum over this way. Nice roll cancel around the corner. Right here I try to do the spin pound roll cancel. I get the spin pound, but I don't do the roll cancel and I end up bonking. Right here I make a decision not to do the immediate dive, because I'm not about to lose any more time than I already have. And I feel like I can probably still be close to my PB if I don't go for it. I messed that up, and then I mess it up one more time. And then I do the slowest wall jump turnaround dives. But we don't fall off there, so decent enough, I guess. Down right here, I'm spamming A so I don't get the thing where Mario like shakes on the ground from when he falls from like that. I wasn't spamming A or B there to jump. Also, I don't know if it works if you're just falling regularly, or if you have to be in a dive. Not sure. Okay, good movement so far. And then at this point, I've realized I'm definitely going to lose some time. Because I think I get this moon, yep, exactly 1 minute off of my PB split. So I'm like, there's no way I'm getting these other 2 moons teleporting to the Odyssey and going through the Odyssey cutscene in 1 minute. So at this point I've accepted my fate. I'm going to lose a little bit of time at the very least. So yeah, I would have had to hit the globe right then in order to be even. But we still have to teleport to the Odyssey. So I think I lose like 15 seconds, maybe more, maybe less here. Let's see. Yeah, about 15 seconds, 14 and a half. And then at this point, I'm looking at my best possible time of 1:11:52. I'm thinking, okay, 1:11's probably still possible, but it'll be very difficult. Just because, in my mind, I'm like, I can gold moon by like 30-something seconds, maybe even more, if I do really well. So I'm like, I can still lose a little bit of time off of my golds, and still skip the 1:12 and get into 1:11. Really awkward movement to Captain Toad. Having to do some improvisation. Then I start shaking my controller too early. Don't even turn around. So I bonk. And then decent enough movement into the hole. And I do have enough coins. But if I wouldn't have gotten that chest in sand, then I would still be 11 coins away, so good thing I grabbed that. Because if I didn't have enough coins, I would have had to do Seaside first, and I never remember to look at my coins at the end of Metro anyway. Right here, I just do everything in my power not to bonk. And I don't bonk, but I move very, very slowly. I don't think I've ever gotten that ground pound on the right spot in that spot. I always miss it, every time. I'm either too far to the right, or I'm too far back. So I've practiced the fast movement in this room, but I haven't gotten consistent at it, so I just did really slow, safe movement. Right there, I get really scared because my cap didn't hit him. But no big deal. We make it to the end of the room. And so right now, I'm thinking I'll probably gold this split just because all of the things that I normally lose lots of time on are done with. I just have to do this Goomba room pretty quickly and then we'll be fine. And I normally do fine on the Goomba room as long as the RNG of the Goomba right here doesn't screw me over, because sometimes he just runs off the ledge right there. But he did not, so... It's a nice solid movement. I take it really slow, making sure I don't die there. I don't want to lose the gold split over trying to go too fast. Because it had been so long since I had PB'd before. I was just like, I really just want to get a PB. So I'm going to do slower strats. Nice bonk into the pipe there. So I actually think that this room's movement ended up being really, really good. I get the nice jump there. I didn't end up bonking there somehow. But then right here at the end, I bonk. So everything except for that bonk at the end was really good, in my opinion. Then we make it back to the Odyssey, and I gold this by like a little over 10 seconds, I think. Yeah. 11.5 seconds, so pretty good. Okay, nice movement in Seaside right there. I'd say that that's literally the only thing that I lose lots of time on in Seaside. Like, there are other places in Seaside that I'll lose, like, a couple seconds here and there, but I think it's just that first jump at the very beginning that I lose lots of time on. And then nice spin pound inside of the pipe room. And also right here, this is the only other place I really lose time on. Just because depth perception getting that moon is awful. But we got it first try, so no big deal. And then at this point I'm like, I'm definitely saving time. Especially since my my gold is like 30 seconds almost faster than my PB split. Okay, right here though, I have no idea what happens. Like, I'm just shaking my controller violently, not getting the chest open. And then I bonk. Wonderful, wonderful fish bonks. Take damage there because I went too high up. One more fish bonk for good measure. My movement on that moon was really fast though. I got the spin towards the moon at the end. Another fish bonk, because why not? And then, yeah, that was Seaside. So we're not going to gold this split. Definitely not, but we'll save. I think I saved close to 20 seconds. maybe, I think it's like 16 seconds maybe. Yeah, 16 seconds. So nice time save there. And then we're heading into luncheon, and I'm extremely afraid of the very beginning of luncheon, and then the very end of luncheon, right before meat. Getting the moon on the opposite side of the like wall. So the first thing is just getting this jump right here, because I gotta run going to here once, and then I bonked right there, getting up to this moon. I think I bonked there like 4 times, and it caused me to lose a run, which is very depressing. When you get that far into a run, and then you just lose it on something that simple. Okay, so right here, I decide to go for some really fast strats. I end up messing it up there and just get the normal hit on him. And then right there, I decide just to not even try for it. No reason. But yeah, overall good Spewert. Yeah, good Spewert fight. And so right now I'm feeling pretty good. Not really much else I can mess up on until the very end. So right here I decide not to go for the fast movement by just running to the right across the lava. Instead I go up here, but I end up messing up. And I end up going to the fork anyway, because that's where I end up falling to. But I'd say that mess up wasn't a big deal. Probably lost like 4 seconds or something over the optimal movement. Then we do this cool triple jump and then hat throw to spawn the moon while you're doing the wall jumps. And then I grab the gold turnip first, instead of accidentally grabbing the other ones. And then I do the safest possible movement I know how to, up to this pillar. Because at this point I'm 53 seconds ahead. I'm really not wanting to lose my run to something stupid. So I'm just taking my sweet time. Then forks, I feel really comfortable doing forks. I don't think I've ever like massively choked in forks before. Like there are places that you can lose a little bit of time, but I never really lose much. So I didn't get the shake there, so I have to use that final fork. You can actually just flick yourself all the way up to the moon from over here, but I didn't get that, so maybe a second or 2 time loss. No big deal. And right there, we get the really fast movement up. And then I haven't learned the turnip clip, sadly. If I would have learned it, we could have saved some more time here, but no big deal. We just go for the normal cheese strats. But we do get the dive before the cutscene starts, which is good. Because a lot of times I'll just be trying to long jump or dive or something, and it doesn't get all my inputs in time, so I'm just like crouching, and I don't know when I can like move again after the cutscene, because it gives you control over your movement before it pans back over to you. And then the fast capture of the Potaboo. I take this super slow because I'm always scared of dying here. And if you do die here, it wastes so much time. So I'm just taking my sweet, sweet time, making sure I don't die there. So pretty good luncheon overall, nothing that was like really bad. A lot of like pretty small mistakes just because I bonked in a few places. And some time lost just because I was trying to be as safe as possible. But still, my safe strats were good enough to gold this split by like 27 seconds. Which is absolutely insane. It might be more than that, honestly. So I'm looking at my sum of best, and I'm like, this gold's gonna put me under 110 for my golds. And it does. Yep. So that was a 28-second gold, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I can gold it even more by just using faster strats that aren't as consistent yet for me. I just need to get consistent at the fast strats. So now I'm looking at my best possible time, and I'm thinking, wow, if I do really well on these last 3 splits, I could actually get a 110. Which I thought was absolutely not possible before I started the run, and like immediately starting the run, just because my sum of best was like a mid to high 110 at the beginning. But I think on Moon I can get 30 or 40 seconds of gold. Plus, I can save like 30 or 40 seconds just off of my PB to my current gold. So that's like a minute and a half time save, and then like 30 or 40 of it would be gold. If I did like a really, really good moon, that is. Really good dragon so far. I got all the way up to the middle part, like the bridge of his nose, rather than the outer part, so that saves a little bit of time. Do these cap spams on the wall. Didn't make it up to the bridge immediately, but I had enough time to get up there while he was still invulnerable, so didn't really lose any time there. Really good Ruined Kingdom. Probably a gold I think it was a gold at least. If it is a gold, it's not by much. Just because, I mean, Ruined is so... It's so simple of a split anyway. So yeah, I think it's like a 3 or 4 second gold. Which puts me even closer to getting a 110 potentially. Yeah, a 3 second gold. Now we're heading into Bowser's Kingdom. And I think my gold on this is actually pretty dang good. Like, this had a really fast mecha fight. It uses the slower version of Birdless, but that's like 1 or 2 seconds slower than the brand new Birdless that uses like the side of his leg. Nice jump off of the rail there. So yeah, so far, doing pretty well. Up to that first moon, I got the dive long jump off the rail. Right there, I don't know why my cap didn't make it over that little lip there. Nice little roll cancel to turn around. Right there, I need to find a new strat, because ground pounding right there is way too slow. It gives the Spinies too much time to get near you. Right there, I got really scared because I thought I was going to fall off to the bottom and lose even more time, but I didn't. Kind of scary just because I got down to 1 HP, but we didn't die, so no big deal. And then right here I make an executive decision. I'm not going to do the movement on this side of the wall just because I don't want to die. I'm way too scared. So I do the movement on this side of the wall just to be safe. Okay, here my objective is just to get the really fast fights on both of them. Nice first hit on Harriet. That second one, not good, but it doesn't lose much time, just a few seconds. And then nice third hit as well. So, solid Harriet fight. Okay, nice first and second hits, and I landed on the hat. That time, I don't know how I missed the hat. I guess I was like one off or something. And then I guessed that I was one off on the wrong side, so I lost where he was completely. So lost a few seconds on that fight as well, but not a big deal. So yeah, right now all I'm thinking is just get a good mecha fight, and the 110 potential is still there, just because of how bad my moon is. I missed the triple jump off of the railing, so I have to do a little back up there. Decent movement into the cage. And then right here I hit the Pokio, so I slow down a bit, make sure I don't die and get hit by the bombs or something. Right there, I don't know what happened. You could see and hear that I poked into the wall, but it didn't stay. Grab the checkpoint for whatever reason. I guess in case I died or something. And then right now I'm looking at my split time and I'm like, alright, I can definitely gold this split as long as I get a good mecha fight. Nice movement up there. Nice movement again, and so we got birdless, and then here we go. Got back on the first time. Nice hit on Topper. And then this one will be easy to get back on because I landed back on before he threw me off. So right here I accidentally just ground pound back on, so I take this super slow and super safe as to not just fall off. And then right there, I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't do the air twirl before my second cap dive, so I end up just bonking into the side like a big idiot. But right here, I go for birdless again, and I mess it up. And then he closes before I have the chance to get back up through the side. Right here, eyes on that heart, that way I could get enough health. And we get back up and we finish the fight. So right now I'm looking at the time and I'm like, I'm probably going to lose like 40 seconds or something. So at this point I'm like, 110 is dead. 100% dead, but if I get a good moon, 111 is still alive. And 111 is still a really good time, for me at least. Because my current PB was a 113, a mid 113 that is. So I'm just thinking, just focus, take the time loss, we can make up a lot of time in moon. And even after this time loss, I'm still ahead, so in my mind I'm like, PB is 100% happening, it's just how much am I going to PB by. So at this point, basically all of my stress has gone away. all of my like nerves or whatever, because I mean, before the mecha fight, I had nerves because I'm like, if I do really well, I can get a 110. So I had nerves, but then I fell off, and then I finished the fight, and I'm like, okay, no 110. So there's nothing that I'm really like super nervous about, and it's not like a 111 is that insane to get. All I have to do is gold by what, 4 seconds? And my current gold is a 617, and I can probably get that down to like a 540. So with 37 seconds of gold, like, I'm thinking 111's easy, no big deal. And even if I don't get a 111, I'll PB by close to a minute. So my goal when I got here was just try to do the fastest movement I can. So I try to do the vectoring right here. Don't quite get it, so I just do the back up with the dive. I get that little roll hop onto there, which is nice. I end up missing that flower though. Not a huge deal, but right there, I don't know why I did the cat bounce from there. And right there, I'm just spamming B. And I get the moon skip first try. So now I'm thinking just get the fast Bowser fight, and 111 is super free. Because I don't do any like fast strats in the escape. I don't do the 2D shortcut, and I had a really bad like final room with the pillars, even in my gold. Like I think my PB like walks to all 4 of them rather than using fireballs. So I'm like, as long as I get a good Bowser fight, this is easy gold. And basically any gold means 111, so. So I got the first hit on Bowser. There's no way to really mess that up. And then luckily the cap is on the end, which gives you the easiest way of getting the fast hit. So that's 2 hits on Bowser, and then the third one is the easier one of the 2 to get, because the third one you can just walk in and take damage, whereas the second one you don't want to take damage, you just want to hide away from everything else before you get the backflip. So yeah, just walk right into it. Make sure I wait enough time before backflipping, and there we go. Got the third hit nice and quickly as well. So yeah, at this point I'm like, easy, 111. All I gotta do is just get through the 2D section without dying, because I'm really bad at the 2D section. I don't even do 2D shortcut. And the rest of the escape, like, there's really nothing you can like mess up on or die on. Take the triple jump nice and slowly. So nice little time save there. And then I take the 2D section as slow and safely as possible, because I'm like, I'm golding regardless. Let's just not die. So yeah, I'm looking at my time and I'm like, this room takes about a minute. Easy 111. So I try to line that up as best as I can. I think I get 3 hits on that pillar with the fireballs. So that's enough that I won't have to walk all the way over there when I get around. So yeah, I just fire like 3 of them at it. And then, there we go. Easy PB. Easy 111. My final time was 111.36. That looked like I split early, but I didn't. It's just the Elgato has a little bit of lag. It's like 2 seconds of lag almost. Like 1.5 to 2 seconds of lag or something. So yeah, nice PB. Skipped 112, and I think that my time is in the top 100 now. So that was a nice little achievement to get. I'm not sure what my goal is in 80%. Just because I've gotten my sum of best down to a mid 109. I don't know if I want to go for a sub 110 for my like final goal. Well, I don't know if that's like my final goal, but like my next goal. Because seeing how much time save I have, like over the course of the run, I think it's, was that over 2 minutes? Yeah, that's over 2 minutes of time save that I have on my current golds. And of course I can improve my golds more, but yeah. So yeah, that's my PB that I got offline earlier. 111.36, skipped my 112, got top 100. Pretty good run. So nice.